Olá Brasil, we are Hot Milk.
And you're listening to 89.
The Radio Rock. Viva o Rock!
Viva o Rock!
Fala galera, beleza? Sou o Wendell Correia, tô aqui, Hot Milk, atração do Lollapalooza Brasil 2023. How are you guys? How you doing?
I'm vibing, me. I love all this. It's sick.
Tunes are banging.
We're in Brazil! Woo!
First time in Brazil, the fans receive you in the airport, right?
Yes, they were. I was like insane. I don't know. I just got off the flight and was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" It was awesome, and I love meeting them. They're so cool. They're so nice.
Did you thought it was going to happen?
I think we'd had an idea. Some of them been messaging. I was like, "We'll see." But yeah, it was really nice, and they're like family. You know, it's the whole. All our fans are family to us, so it was nice. Yeah, it was good.
What are your first impressions of Brazil so far?
It's super hot. It's so hot. We're from a rainy little city, so yeah. Do you know what? It's really nice to be in such a beautiful country and meet all these crazy people that spend so much time listening to us. It's really nice to go and see these people and say hello and thank you for supporting the band. But yeah, this festival site, it's crazy. This Formula One track's so cool.
And you are a young band, 2018. You guys were formed, right?
I think formed 2018, first single Jan 2019 to be precise.
And already in Brazil, did you thought it was gonna be so fast?
I think it's because we've just put a lot of effort into really pushing our music as far as possible. We spend a lot of time really trying to push it out on all social media. And I think during the pandemic, that's all we could do. And I think that's when Hot Milk really spread. And that's why we were able to build a fan base here, and it's still crazy to me, and it's magic, and I'm so lucky, and we're so lucky to be here, but we're so grateful.
I know you've answered this a lot, but for less than 5 years in a band, I can still ask about the name of the band. Why the name Hot Milk for those who doesn't know yet?
I think it transfers really well in every. I mean, we're seeing it now. Every language, it's so funny for people to be like Hot Milk, and then you say it in their language, and they're like, oh, why Hot Milk? But it's one of those. It's kind of like an oxymoron. So we wanted something that was snappy and that kind of represented two juxtaposing things.
If you threw hot milk at a politician, it wouldn't hurt them, it would just annoy them, and I feel like that's what we should do. We're kind of political at times as a band, because I feel that's my background as a politics major as well.
Super annoying as well.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I just think it's it was something that stuck with us, and what is a name? What is Foo Fighters? What is Blink-182? What is 21 Pilots? Do you know what I mean? A name is a name, and that's what you call yourselves, and that's what you run with, and that's just what life is. You just gotta fucking go for it, call yourself something, and your music speaks for itself, I hope.
Did you learn how to say in Portuguese, Hot Milk, yet?
Oh, we got told it once, but...
Leite quente. Leite quente.
Leite quente. It rhymes.
And depends the accent of the region in Brazil. Has some region here in Brazil that say leite quente.
Leite quente. Okay, cool.
Here in São Paulo we say leite quente.
It's cool. I like that.
I think that's the best one so far.
And you guys were already working with music before you even met?
We were putting on gigs locally in Manchester, in the scene, and putting on punk gigs and stuff, which is how we met, kind of thing.
Yeah, I've always been a little techie, so I love fiddling with stuff and did lights for a little bit.
I always had bands stay at my house, and so we kind of naturally were let's try write some music after being so involved with music, and who knew that this would happen? It just kind of went, and I think that's the thing. The music speaks for itself, and what we always say is it's music first. It's always about the songs, always about the songs. Forget all the funny outfits and all that stuff. It's about the music, and that's what keeps everyone here, and it's kept us on this path. It gets in your heart,
Yeah. It's really it's always been our first love, since as long as we can remember. So having the opportunity to kind of take these songs that we essentially wrote in a bedroom and then take them to Brazil and play them on a stage as big as that, it's mind blowing and so humbling. It's incredible.
It feels like a mushroom trip or something. I don't know. It just feels like the reality is kind of a bit weird right now, but you've just got to roll with it and be grateful and try to be as kind as possible and make as many new friends. And I think that's the beauty of what we do.
That's great because we listen a lot to the bands of UK, especially Manchester, as you guys say.
Yes, mate. 0161 Manchester.
It's mad. It is mad.
Now I'm gonna ask you the pronunciation of Manchester. How do you guys say? Because we have some troubles here in Portuguese. At least me, I don't say for every Brazilian. How do you pronounce exactly Manchester?
Manchester.
Manchester.
Listen, some of my mates have got stronger accents. They go Manchester, but like, I would just say Manny. Mate. Some people have a problem with saying Manny, but like, I live in the city centre. I've lived there for 10 years. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, however you say it, you'd be welcome there. Who cares? We're a very welcoming city. We've got a great music scene, dance, rock. Who gives a shit? Those streets have taught us lessons. You know what I mean? I will fly the Manchester flag wherever I go. I'm very proud to live there, and I'm very proud to be part of the scene there. I'm very proud.
That's great. And talking about the new album, can you tell for us about the new album? You guys working in LA, Manchester, I'm saying right? Manchester?
Yeah, Sweden.
And Sweden.
Worldwide, baby. Yeah, it's. I mean, we're, like Hans said, we're very much rooted in Manchester, but we're influenced by such like a plethora of worldwide artists.
Citizens of the world. Citizens of the world.
And we've, having touring so much, like a lot of these songs were worked on and written on the road, not even just in those like places. They were really kind of like taken from our live experience and kind of like put into, a digital version, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, we had a lot of influences, and like we are obviously influenced by our city that we're from, but I think you've got to be open-minded in life, and you've got to take inspiration from everything, and that's what we tend to do. That's why we have a lot of genre fiddling in our music, which I like. Fuck it, there are no rules. What's a rule? Fuck it, it's whatever you want it to be, and that's what Hot Milk will always be. It's our expression, and we'll always write what we want and be what we want.
This album is literally just like so far is kind of the most spread out of like what you'll expect. It's kind of got like every element of Hot Milk that you've heard so far and more.
When you guys are going to release it, I believe you're going to post it on social media, but anytime soon, the fan can expect.
Very soon.
The record will come out in August, I believe, but the first single will be next week.
That's good. Were the main influence for the album?
Chaos. Always chaos. It's a full spectrum of emotion. Like, you live the highs, you live the lows, and everything in between. And I think, like, especially with the year that we've had coming out of the pandemic, where there was a lot of lows, coming back out and playing some insane shows, doing some insane things. It is, and it's really kind of like, we came off 3 months of touring and we were broken. We were so done, and we sat down and we were like, I don't know, what are we meant to write? Like, are we meant to do this kind of concept thing, or are we meant to do something else? And I think we just looked at ourselves and just kind of went like, all right, let's just do a snapshot of now, of like, what are we feeling? What are we right now?
I mean, the whole record, I feel like, has overtones of loneliness, of being on top of the world, but then also feeling like after the party ends, you end up going home alone to an empty bed. So it's kind of like that void that gets, put into your life. And for me personally, I end up slipping into that a lot. Like last night, I was in bed crying. Why was I in bed crying when I'm playing Lollapalooza Brasil? I don't know, because I've got this natural darkness in me that will never fucking leave. I just get naturally depressed, right? And so there is this feeling of the record of like almost hopelessness, but then scattered with moments of hope. And that's kind of what it's about.
That's what it is, being a human being.
I know, yeah. I'm super emotional, and you try to keep me in check. And I will cry at anything, but then immediately I can be happy. You know what I mean? It's very confusing for a lot of people, including myself. And it's not an easy way to live,
I think that for us has always been like our therapy, our way of kind of like dealing with our feelings and expressing ourselves. Like, I find it really difficult to express feelings, and I feel like putting it down into a song is a good way of me kind of working my own feelings out in my brain.
This is why Hot Milk is for us first and foremost. It's our therapy, and then everyone else that likes it, that's awesome too. But first and foremost, it's our baby. It's our baby that we've made. This is our thing. So.
That's great. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy Brazil. Enjoy the festival.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna cry, I think.
Thank you, Hot Milk. 89 Rádio Rock.
89 Rádio Rock.